didn't reach the finish line. You stepped through a threshold. Spiritual awakening is not the grand finale most people imagine. It's the entrance to a completely different landscape. You've crossed the doorway countless seekers spend a lifetime hunting for, and now you're standing on the other side asking the only question that matters. What happens next? Here's the strange truth nobody warns you about. After the peak, the fireworks stop. The constant rush of signs, synchronicities, revelations, and cosmic winks decreases. The dramatic waves that once pushed you forward begin to settle. The soundtrack lowers. The colors feel quieter. At first, that quiet can feel like loss. Where did the energy go? Where are the breakthroughs? The mind assumes something has gone wrong, like you slid backward or fell out of alignment. But you didn't. This calm is not disconnection. It's integration. The storm broke you open. The stillness roots you deeper. You're not seeking alignment anymore. You're living aligned. The calm after the tempest before. The shift, you needed noise, big signs, loud lessons to grab your attention and shake you awake. Afterward, the turbulence no longer serves you. You don't need chaos to grow. The absence of drama isn't emptiness, it's stability. The silence you're sensing is not a void. It's the ground where a new life gets built. The nervous system stops waiting for the next revelation. Your inner world stops chasing the next high. The soul says, "We've got the message. Now let's become it." It can feel oddly flat at first, like the stage lights turned off and you're left in a softly lit room with yourself. That feeling is the invitation. Be here now. Not hunting, not decoding, not forcing. Being. The power lives in the day-to-day presence that follows the quake. When the spirit leaks and the body trails behind, your spirit accelerated. Your body is catching up. After awakening, your physical system has to recalibrate to the new frequency you're holding. This often looks contradictory. Surges of vitality followed by sudden fatigue. Clear skin, brighter eyes, relaxed posture, then waves of old aches resurfacing. Improved sleep, or strange sleep windows and vivid dreams. Natural shifts in appetite and cravings. None of it is random. The body is your densest layer. It integrates change last. What you're experiencing is a physiological sync-up with your upgraded baseline. The system is releasing stored tension, outdated patterns, and emotional residues that can't travel with you. Think of it as energetic housekeeping, purging. Emotions you thought were done may pop up, not because you failed, but because the body is squeezing out what the mind-spirit already transcended. Refinement. Your posture shifts, breath deepens, and micro-habits change as the nervous system chooses regulation over reactivity. Repatterning. You may feel pulled toward different movement, new rhythms, and fewer stimulants. Your body is voting for coherence. This period is not the time to push. It's the time to listen. If the body asks for water, give it water. If the body asks for rest, give it rest. If the body asks for sun, step outside. Your cells are literally learning your new frequency. But I healed this already. One of the most disorienting post-awakening moments is meeting an emotion you swore you'd already released. Grief returns. Anger flickers. Shame brushes the edges. The mind panics. Am I regressing? No. You're deepening. Healing isn't a single pass. It's spiral-shaped. Each rotation drops you to a subtler layer. The prior theme revisits, but with less charge and more awareness. Post-awakening, you're less entangled in the story and more attuned to sensation, so the clearing moves through the body rather than looping in the mind. Helpful reframe. Before awakening, why is this happening to me? After awakening, where is this living in my body, and how can I let it move? Breath, hydration, gentle movement. and compassionate self-talk keep the channel open. You're not failing, you're finishing. Integration over stimulation. Spiritual culture glorifies the peak, signs, visions, cosmic timing. After the awakening, your power becomes quiet. You stop needing spiritual fireworks to confirm you're connected. You don't reach for external validation to know you're guided. The guidance is internal. The compass is installed. This is maturity. You don't chase numbers on a clock. You keep promises to your soul. You don't require a sign to act. You act from clarity. You don't cling to the high. You embody the truth. If you miss the old intensity, that's normal. The nervous system once associated big with real. Now it learns steady is true. That shift from intensity to integrity is the actual transformation. Practical support while the dust settles. You're integrating. Help your body help you. Light earlier, light later. Morning sun, evening dimness. Reset circadian rhythm. Simplify inputs. Less caffeine, sugar. More minerals, protein, greens. Move like you mean it. Walks, mobility, slow strength. Enough to circulate, not to deplete. Hydrate salt. Nervous system stability starts with electrolytes. Close your loops. Finish small tasks, clear corners, reduce micro-stressors. Coherence externally fosters coherence internally. Choose one practice: breath, stillness, or gratitude. Consistency beats novelty. None of this is about perfection. It's about signal to noise. You're teaching your system that safety, clarity, and presence are now home base. The new skill, existing without chasing. Before awakening, seeking is the engine. After awakening, being is the engine. This is the subtle graduation most people miss, because there's less spectacle and more sincerity. There's less ritual and more reality. There's less talking about the path and more walking it. You are not losing momentum. You're changing gears. You are not less spiritual. You're more integrated. You didn't fall behind. You arrived, and now you're learning how to live here. You didn't lose people. You rose in frequency. One of the strangest shifts after awakening is the sudden distance you feel from familiar faces, places, and patterns. Rooms you used to love now feel heavy. Conversations you once enjoyed feel thin. Jokes don't land. Habits don't fit. It's not that you've become superior. It's that you've become different. You are broadcasting a clearer signal, and anything that doesn't harmonize with it falls silent. The social reset at first. This can ache like grief. Friends seem to drift. Family doesn't get it. Some people question your change. Others dismiss it. Your old circles orbit a version of you that no longer exists, and that gap can feel like isolation. Here's the reframe. Isolation is energetic scaffolding. It's the universe clearing bandwidth so you can anchor your new baseline without interference. This isn't punishment, it's precision. Those who are meant to continue with you will rise to meet you. Those who cannot will naturally fall away. Not because they're wrong, but because their role is complete. In the space that opens, your true tribe can find you. Let it be spacious. Alignment needs room. How to move through the disconnection. Honor the quiet. Don't rush to refill the calendar. Coherence grows in uncluttered time. Compassion over conversion. You don't need others to understand your process to love them. Release the urge to explain, defend, or prove. Minimum drama. Maximum clarity. State needs and boundaries simply. No lectures, no ultimatums, just truth. Follow resonance, not obligation. If an interaction shrinks your energy, it's information. If it expands you, it's direction. Keep your heart open. Detachment isn't distance. It's loving without self-abandonment. You are not losing your people. You are finding your fit. When the signs go quiet, during awakening, synchronicities were everywhere. Repeating numbers, aligned encounters, cosmic winks. Then, almost overnight, the volume drops. The clock stops winking. The billboards stop talking. The universe feels quiet. Nothing broke. You integrated. You no longer need sky-written messages to steer. The compass is internal now. Before, you needed external proof to trust. Now, you act from clarity, not confirmation. Before, every sign felt like a lifeline. Now, stillness is your guidance system. This is spiritual maturity. The magic didn't vanish. It became you. You are the alignment. You are the sign. You're the connection. If you miss the fireworks, that's normal. The nervous system once equated intensity with truth. Now, it's learning that regulation is truth. Calm isn't emptiness, it's capacity. The birth of a new purpose. Post-awakening, the question emerges, what now? Not who am I? You've met that answer. The new question is, how do I live as the one I met? Your purpose shifts from discovery to embodiment, from collecting insights to creating in alignment. This phase rarely begins with a thunderclap. It begins with a pull toward service, toward craft, toward integrity. You stop performing spirituality and start practicing honesty in your calendar, your relationships, your money, your health. Purpose isn't a job title. It's the way your daily choices echo your soul. Practical ways purpose reveals itself. Micro-commitments, 20 minutes daily to the one thing that matters most. Depth over drama. Threshold tasks, one courageous action each week that your old self would avoid. Service signal. Ask, who genuinely benefits if I show up fully? Then build for them. Friction audit. List what drains you. Reduce, delegate, or delete. Purpose can't grow in constant leak. Sabbath for the soul. One tech light block weekly for reflection and recalibration. Integration needs rest. Purpose doesn't arrive because you figure it out. It arrives because you become someone who can carry it. Heightened sensitivity. After awakening, your sensitivity spikes. You feel rooms before you enter. You sense subtext in seconds. Crowds, noise, foods, and screens hit harder. This isn't fragility, it's fidelity. Your system now detects signal and static with precision. Untrained, heightened sensitivity equals overwhelm. Trained, it becomes discernment. Energy boundaries. Shorten exposure to environments that scramble your signal. Nervous system anchors. Breath down the back. Longer exhales. Feet on the floor. Simple practices that recenter fast. Input hygiene. Less caffeine, more minerals, less doom scroll, more daylight. Fewer open tabs. Completion culture. Close loops daily. Laundry, invoices, messages. Every small completion returns wattage to your core. Choiceful empathy. Feel with, not for. Compassion without fusing. Sensitivity is not something to fix, it's something to wield. The back-to-normal illusion life might look similar on the surface. Same city, same job, same kitchen. But the you who's living it is not the same. Triggers arrive and find no handle. Old dramas knock, and no one opens the door. The highs and lows flatten into steady presence. This can feel neutral compared to the rush of awakening. Neutral isn't numb, it's nourishing. You're no longer outsourcing aliveness to chaos. You're generating it from coherence. You didn't lose passion. You lost addiction to stimulation. What changed? Authority. You aren't asking life to prove itself anymore. You are choosing, moment by moment, what matches your truth. What part 2 leaves you with? Disconnection isn't abandonment, it's alignment. Fewer signs doesn't mean less guidance. It means internal guidance. Purpose begins when seeking ends, and embodiment starts. Sensitivity is a gift. Train it. Normal returns, but you now define it. Awakening ends the search. Embodiment begins the practice. You're not chasing meaning anymore. You're becoming it. And that requires structure. Relationships that harmonize with your new frequency, boundaries that protect your clarity, and daily systems that keep you coherent in a noisy world. This is where spiritual maturity stops sounding poetic and starts looking practical. The relational recalibration, heightened sensitivity turns you into a better listener of rooms, of bodies, of silence. You pick up subtext quickly. You see where conversations collapse into performance. You notice who speaks from fear and who speaks from truth. That clarity changes how you relate. Here's the pivot. You don't have to choose between kindness and boundaries. Embodiment means you offer love without selling yourself. Relational upgrades that naturally unfold post-awakening, fewer people, deeper presence. You choose quality over quantity, resonance over obligation, clean honesty. You say the truth without theatrics or edge. No blame, no story, just clarity. Non-violent, no. Your refusal is simple and steady. That doesn't work for me. No over-explaining. Reciprocity as a baseline. You match energy with energy. You stop financing dynamics that drain. Repair over replay. If there's rupture and willingness, you repair. If there's repetition and denial, you release. Scripts for boundaries. I'm not available for that tone. Happy to continue when we're both regulated. I don't move decisions under pressure. I'll respond tomorrow. Love you. That's not a line for me. Choose what's right for you, I'll do the same. I'm not the right person for this. Here's a better fit. Boundaries aren't walls, they're edges of respect. The right people feel safer around your clarity. The wrong people feel denied access to your energy supply, and that's the point. Advanced boundaries, porous, rigid, or clear. Before awakening, you may have swung between porous and rigid. Post-awakening asks for the third way, clear. Porous, I'll bend so you don't leave. Self-abandonment, rigid, you can't reach me. Isolation, clear, I remain open and self-loyal. Connection with integrity. Clarity sounds like yes with conditions. No, and I still care. Not now. Check back in a week. You make choice visible. The energetic blueprint of home embodiment is easier when the room agrees with your nervous system. Think of your space as co-regulation in physical form. Home upgrades that carry disproportionate benefit. Light hygiene. Morning sun within 30 minutes. Soft, warm light after sunset. Surface minimalism. Clear counters, clear desk. Every visual object is a microtask. Remove microstress. A sacred corner. Cushion, blanket, journal, book. Nothing else. A visible invitation to return to yourself. Analog anchors. A real clock, a paper list, a physical book. Fewer glowing rectangles equals less sympathetic overdrive. Frictionless nourishment. Glass water bottle in sight, prepped protein greens in the fridge. Minerals, salt, reachable. Make it easier to be the person you say you are. Let your room do some of the work. Digital boundaries. After awakening, the loudest chaos is often digital. Unmanaged inputs pull your frequency down by 1,000 cuts. One inbox window at a time. No multi-tab self-punishment. Batch the buzz. Messages twice daily. Notifications off. You decide when to be reachable. Home screen audit. Front page equals tools only. Hide dopamine slots behind search. Device sunsets. Park the phone in another room 2 hours before bed. Your brain deserves a night shift. You're not anti-tech, you're pro-signal. The 4 daily anchors. Grand routines collapse. Anchors hold. Light. Morning sun, evening dimness. Breath, stillness. 5-10 minutes. Movement. Walk plus mobility or slow strength. Meaning, 20 minutes on the one thing that expresses your soul. You can live a messy human day and still hit 4 anchors. That consistency is where identity locks in. Decision-making by resonance post-awakening. The most reliable compass is sensation. Your body answers faster than your mind can rationalize. The yes. Breath widens, jaw softens, shoulders drop, time feels spacious. The no. Throat tightens, stomach knots, breath shortens, a subtle lean back. Use the rule of 3. If something drains you in 3 different contexts or times of day, it's a no, for now or forever. No villain required. The discipline of gentle courage. Evolution requires micro-bravery. Choose one threshold task per week. The action your past self avoided. Send the proposal. Have the conversation. Raise the price. Say the truth kindly. Decline the opportunity that looks shiny but feels wrong. Courage without aggression. Movement without frenzy. One brave thing a week compounds into a different life. Service without martyrdom. Your new purpose often arrives as a pull toward service, not self-erasure. The key is clean giving. Give from overflow, not deficit. Build repeatable containers so generosity has structure. Price with self-respect. Generosity is not discounting your worth. Protect deep work windows. Service is stronger when your craft is strong. You don't need to save anyone. You need to offer what you've become. Sensitivity trained equals discernment. High sensitivity without skill equals overwhelm. Trained sensitivity equals signal intelligence. Regulate first. 2 minutes of down-regulating breath before any hard talk. Mirror lightly. Reflect facts, not furies. I hear you said X and felt Y. Don't fuse. Feel with, not for. You can be compassionate without carrying. Your nervous system is an instrument. Tune it before you play it in public. The neutral gold. If neutrality feels strange, it's because you once associated intensity with aliveness. After awakening, neutral is gold. Clear access to choice. From calm, you can select challenge by design instead of being hijacked by chaos. Neutral isn't numb, it's available. Riding the seasons. Embodiment respects cycles. Creation, build, launch, express. Consolidation. Refine, repair, systemize. Rest. Archive, grieve what ended, sleep more, dream into next. A life that matches your signal won't sprint year-round. Neither does a forest. Integration practices you'll actually do. The 3-line evening check-in. What felt true? What drained me? What one tweak tomorrow? 10 breaths whenever. Exhale longer than inhale. Closing ritual. Clear your desk. Light off. 1 sentence of gratitude. Signal to your system, we're safe to rest. Small. Repeatable acts. Identity's best friends. When old triggers knock, you'll still meet echoes of the old life. The text that once hooked you. The invitation that once flattered you. The conflict that once consumed you. Embodiment is when they land and dissolve. You reply later, softer, shorter, or not at all. You pick repair or release, not rumination. You choose truth over performance. This is not detachment from life. It's loyalty to self inside life. What Part 3 leaves you with, relationships deepen when boundaries get clear. Home and digital hygiene are spiritual practices. 4 anchors a day beat perfect routines. The body is your compass. Let it vote. Service scales when it's structured and self-respecting. Neutral is not boring. It's power. Awakening ends the chase. Embodiment builds the life. Now comes the part almost no one teaches. Maintenance over years. How you keep your signal clean, your work true, your relationships honest, and your nervous system steady while you build something that actually matters. This is the long game. Less spectacle, more sovereignty. Less inspiration, more integration. Less becoming, more being. Daily. 1. Coherence over time. The gravity of the old world never disappears. You simply get stronger than its pull. That strength is coherence. Your choices, calendar, conversations, and cash flow, all pointing in the same direction. Keep coherence visible. North Star sentence. I build a simple, beautiful life by creating 4 in a way that keeps me grounded. 4 anchors daily. Hit them even on messy days, especially on messy days. Weekly reset. Same day time. Clear space. Review wins leaks. Choose 1 brave thing, 1 repair, 1 rest. Quarterly soul review. Where did I self-abandon? Where did I self-honor? What one system fixes 80% of friction? Coherence isn't perfection. It's course correction. Gentle, frequent, non-dramatic. 2. Vocation versus job. Post-awakening. Purpose isn't a title. It's a transmission. The way your presence changes rooms, and the way your craft changes lives. To locate vocation, follow the resonance. What work leaves you clearer after you do it? Name your one promise. With my work, I reliably deliver. Build containers, not chaos. Programs, products, sessions, cycles, so service scales without breaking you. Price with self-respect. Generosity equals self-erasure. You serve better when you're resourced. Protect deep work. 90, 120 minutes. Phone away. Same window daily. Depth breeds meaning. Meaning breeds momentum. You're not chasing opportunity. You're creating a gravity well that draws the right people, projects, and partners. 3. Relationships that breathe. Mature love is presence without performance. Post-awakening, the litmus test is simple. Do we both stay self-loyal while we connect? Relational practices. Repair rhythm. When rupture happens, name facts, name feelings, name needs. Propose 1 step. The gentle no. I love you. That's not for me. Here's what is. Reciprocation check. If you keep fronting the energy, renegotiate the dance, or sit down. Celebration without spectacle. Mark quiet milestones. Joy stabilizes systems. The right people feel safer around your clarity. The wrong people miss your compliance. Let them. 4. Nervous system stewardship. Your most undervalued asset isn't talent, it's regulation. A calm system makes fewer promises, keeps more of them, and needs fewer apologies. Regulation kit. Exhale bias breathing for 2 minutes, 3-day. Feet plus gaze. Plant soles, soften eyes, find 3 colors in the room, orient to safety. Minerals plus water before caffeine. Light before screens. Walk before tough calls. Device sunset 2 hours before bed. Put the phone in another room. Sleep is a spiritual practice. Resourced bodies make better choices. Better choices make quieter lives. Quieter lives hear guidance. 5. Crisis without collapse. Regression isn't failure, it's friction. The question isn't, will I wobble? It's how fast do I return? When you slip, stop the leak. Shrink the day to anchors only. Name the trigger without a story. My body felt unsafe when X. 1 repair, 1 brave thing. This is how you build trust with yourself. Not by never wobbling, but by returning quickly, kindly, consistently. 6. Sacred yes, sacred no. Every yes steals energy from something else. Post-awakening, your no becomes holy. Sacred yes expands breath, creates time, makes you truer. Sacred no prevents future resentment. No today is mercy for tomorrow. The 3 resonance rule. If it drains you in 3 contexts, it's a no, for now or for good. Choice is your prayer. Your calendar is your altar. 7. The energy budget. You don't need more motivation. You need fewer holes in the boat. Cancel one recurring obligation that doesn't match your signal. Automate or delegate the repetitive. Close loops daily. Messages, money, mess. Open loops are invisible tax. Keep a done list. Completion is medicine. When you stop funding what's not you, what is you compounds. 8. The quiet gold of normal. From the outside, your life may look ordinary, same street, same coffee mug, same sunrise. But the ordinary is now enchanted because you are different. You don't outsource aliveness to chaos. You create meaning by showing up calm, honest, consistent. You walk through the world as the sign you once begged to see. The miracle isn't the number on the clock. It's the human who can be fully here without needing the universe to shout. 9. Metrics that actually matter. Track what builds the life you say you want. Days you hit all 4 anchors, deep work minutes, repair attempts made, sacred no's said. Joy reps. What you measure grows. Measure what grows you. 10. A cathedral, not a tent. You're not erecting a weekend pop-up. You're building a cathedral, stone by stone, habit by habit. Season by season. The work is cumulative, the beauty emergent, the timeline human. Let it take time. Let it be simple. Let it be yours. The closing. You crossed the threshold. You integrated the quiet. You rebuilt your edges. You tuned your instrument. You learned to love without leaving yourself. You found the work that fits your hands and the pace that fits your soul. You no longer chase the sign. You are the sign. And that is how awakening ends. Not in fireworks, but in a life so aligned that even your silence tells the truth.